as a leader, as a business person, but you cannot seem to catch a break. It seems like no matter what is going on, things seem to be falling off the wall. And you may even feel like you're under attack. Like, what do you do if you can't seem to catch a break, especially when perceivably like you're at the top of your game? And when I say at the top of your game, it doesn't mean that you have reached the space where you're at the highest height of wherever it is that you are aspiring to go, who you're aspiring to become. But it means like you have put in some work, you are a person that is of esteem, and you've accomplished a lot, right? You're not new to it, you're true to it. You're a leader in your own regard, right? You're a leader of people, you're a leader in your business, you're a leader wherever you show up. But you, in this season, it seems like you can't catch a break and that you're under attack. Like, well, what do you do? That's exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this particular live. And it was particularly inspired by some current events that's going on. And I'll touch on that in a minute. But I don't think I could close my eyes tonight without coming on and sharing in the event that you may be feeling the same way and don't know what to do next. So it's my goal in this particular video to impart something into you, to equip you and empower you with how you can maneuver and navigate in this space based on whatever's going on, right? So if you're here with me live, do me a favor and drop a comment and say, hey, D, wherever you may be watching this, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, one of the many Facebook channels where I am streaming this to. Say, hey, D, let me know that you're here, and I'll show you some love. If you know somebody who may be going through what I just described, do me a favor, tag them or share this with them so that they can hear this as well. And if you happen to be catching the replay, if you're hearing this part, you're probably on the replay. Do me a favor and drop replay so that I know that you caught the replay as well. So what do you do if you can't seem to catch a break? First and foremost, if you happen to be new to me, I'm glad that you're here. I'm Danielle, the coach. I'm a certified life and leadership coach. I help entrepreneurs balance the demands of life, leadership, and business. You get the best of all three worlds in working with me. So, hey, Just Goose, I see you over on IG. Let's see who's over here. So that's what I do. That's who I do it for. And the work that I do is so important because I know the clients that I am afforded the opportunity to serve. They're going places, they're movers and shakers, they're go-getters, they have um, purpose, they're moving in purpose, if not trying to figure out what their purpose is so that they can realign and adjust what they do and where they show up and how they show up in accordance with their purpose. There's It's power in purpose. And so my goal is to support and to serve and to empower my clients to be able to show up as powerfully as possible in alignment with their purpose so that they can go out here and get what they were created for, but also what they came for. And what I do know is that entrepreneurship and leadership can be thankless, rewarding without question, but definitely can be thankless on both ends. And it's nothing like having the right support and accountability in tow, not just when the going gets tough, but to also hold you up and help you strategize and map out what it is that's next for you, where you want to go, but then to hold you to that. Because we can get, as I'm an entrepreneur, like as entrepreneurs and leaders, we can get in our own way with our big, bold, grand visions. And if we don't equip ourselves or surround ourselves with the right support and accountability, we can be our own worst enemy. And so it's my goal to champion my clients, to um, like not only pump them up, but also to hold them accountable, respectfully accountable, so that they can go get what they came here for. And so one of the things that is top of mind for me, so I just finished a momentum session with a brand new client, and that's the first session that I have with any brand new client, and it sets the stage for the time that we are going to spend together in our particular engagement. And I offer them as standalone sessions at times, but I for sure include the momentum session as the precursor to the work that we do for a longer term engagement. And so momentum sessions, if it's a standalone, it's good for people who feel like, hey, I need to lock in really quick, partner with me so I can figure this thing out, get out of my head, see things a little bit more clearly, have you weigh in. And I think I got it from there. I could take it and run with it. Whereas there's some other people who they come in and they know for a fact that they need a bit more. And I say hand holding, I say that, with love, right? But it's partnership. They know that they need partnership with somebody who gets it, someone who gets them, that's non-judgmental, right? That's going to let them be them. It's one of the few spaces where they can literally let their hair down and be themselves, talk about what scares them, talk about what they aspire to do. There's nothing too big that you can dream or drum up or share with me that's going to scare me. Like, this is a space, I've created a space intentionally for big dreamers and big thinkers, because I know outside of this space, there's very few other places where you have the luxury of being able to do that and not be judged. So for those that want that longer term partnership, I'm here for you in that capacity too. And I support you in holding you to the plan that we mapped out in your momentum session, and also supporting you as life happens. Because one thing that's going to happen is life is going to happen, especially when you begin to take strategic, intentional, focused action to enact changes that you desire in your life and in your business. Like, some things are going to fall off the wall, some things are going to shift, and that's not always a bad thing. But sometimes it doesn't feel so good when you're in the thick of it and feeling like you are alone, right? And I get it. You have family, you have friends, you may even have accountability partners, but there's nothing like having someone who is strictly here for you, where it's a one way, I won't say one way conversation. It's conversation conversation between us, right? But it's all about you. And any other conversation that you have with anybody else, it's the give and take thing. In this space, it's all about you. So one thing I know about coaching is one of the most, it's it should be the eighth wonder of the world, as far as a space where leaders and entrepreneurs can show up and be served in a way that gets them unstuck, in a way that gets them clarity, in a way that get motivates them even more than they already naturally are, but because they feel validated, they feel seen, they feel heard, all of those soft things that you might not say out loud because it may not be popular. And because you are who you are and you're a leader, it's not widely acceptable for you to have those sentiments and express them and still be taken seriously. All of that nonsense goes away in a coaching environment. And that is why I'm here, right? But because I know that there's so much that goes on in your life and in your world as a leader and an entrepreneur, one thing that I know is that there's always going to be something going on, good, bad, or indifferent. And so what I want to share with you in this particular video is like, well, what do you do? Like, when you're at the top of your game, that you're moving and shaking, things seem to be happening, things seem to be taking off, but you may feel like you're under attack, right? What do you can't feel like you can't catch a break. For every one thing that's grand, there's five things that aren't. What do you do? And I'm going to tell you the inspiration behind me creating this video is because in current events, today is January 3rd, 2024. A hot topic is the resignation of Dr. Claudine Gay, the recently former president of Harvard University. And so I'm not going to get into the politics of it all, because I'm going to be honest with you, it's enough to make me as a Black woman like well up. And I'm welling up now just even thinking about the controversy behind it all, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And I've experienced things on my own. And so I can only imagine where she is and what she's experienced and what it was like even before resigning, right? But why I'm talking about this is because when I think about her being in her position, I wonder who's on her personal board of directors. I wonder what kind of support that she has had as she's navigated this rocky, controversial terrain over the last several months. And she's been back against the wall. I wonder, right? But I also know that there are so many more people that don't have a clue about what type of support is available to them. Because I know that although coaching is a space in an industry that is second nature to me, because I've been in it for almost 5 years now, known about it maybe for like six, if you will, and experienced it firsthand, and the power of it is second nature to me. But I know that there are so many people, especially people of color, that do not have an understanding of coaching, why they need it, proactively need it, why they should proactively invest in it, and also how it can serve and support them. And not just when things are going haywire, not just when you feel like you can't catch a break, but why it's healthy to engage in coaching just because as a lifestyle. So what do you do when you feel like, you're at the top of your game, but you can't catch a break? The first thing that I want to encourage you to do is to focus on the facts. It's going to sound super simple, but focus on the facts, because there's probably a lot being said, right, by people who are close to you and those that are outside looking in and having judgments of you for whatever the reason is. And I'm speaking very general because this could go a number of different ways and apply to a number of different situations and circumstances. But I know when you're in the thick of it and you're feeling like you're under attack, you feel like you can't catch a break. For your sanity's sake, I want you to take a moment, right, and focus on the facts. What is the truth of the matter? Like, what is really at play, and what role do you have in it? What is your responsibility, and what are you taking on from other people that's not your stuff? Focus on the facts and do the best job that you can in the interim before I get to the second thing that you should do to preserve your energy, but also preserve your sanity. Focus on the facts. Like what, and here's the kicker. So it's not only external voices and vices, right? But that inner critic of your own that's probably beating you up as well. Focus on the facts, because that inner critic is notorious for telling you things about yourself that are not necessarily true or that are no longer true. And so when you focus on the facts, it's like you play whack-a-mole. That's one of my favorite analogies. I don't know how long you've been following me or connected to me. I love that analogy because the visual is exactly what you have to do when those type of things happen. Play whack-a-mole with it. If it's not true, whack-a-mole. Whack it. It's gone. Can't use it. It doesn't live here. There's no room for it here. Focus on the facts of the matter. The second thing to do is ask for help. Enlist the right help and support that you need. It's imperative. It's imperative that you, as the leader and entrepreneur and CEO that you aren't out here figuring it out by yourself. Now, I'm gonna go somewhere with this too. So there's tons of business coaching out here and all of that stuff, right? That's all great. It's all fine. It's all dandy. A lot of that stuff is simply business strategy. There is a different level of coaching support that you get when you enlist someone like myself, which is a life and leadership coach. So my focus is not just your business. I can support you in that as well based on my background and my experience and my expertise. But the beauty of it is I view you as a whole entire person. There's no siloing um, different pieces of you. You may come to me thinking, I only want to focus on this. But what I know is if we work together over an extended period of time, life bleeds into business, business bleeds into life, all of that bleeds into how you show up as a leader. There's no parsing pieces of it out because you're one person, a multifaceted person, especially the people that I serve as leaders and entrepreneurs. So I don't want you to wait until ish hits the fan for you to say, oh my gosh, I need help. Now, if that's what it comes to, yes, raise your hand, reach out, book a strategy session, do whatever you got to do, send a DM and ask for the help that you need. What I'm saying is, I want you to be equipped proactively with positioning yourself with the right support that you need, having the right people, the right roles as a part of your personal board of directors in advance. So if you have a life coach, you have a leadership coach, right? Or an executive performance coach, however you want to frame it, right? You still want to get this work if you're working with me. That's what it boils down to. But what I want for you, what I desire for you, is for you to think about yourself from the most powerful vantage point and understanding that those that get it, some of the most powerful and successful people that you know, have coaches, have coaches on retainer. You understand? Like, you cannot leave. Like, it's a part. They have coaches in self-care. Let's put it like that, right? Need it, gotta have it, never going back. Don't know how I did life without a coach prior to. Like, that's the energy I want you to have about yourself and where you're going from as a radical act of self-care. You deserve. You absolutely deserve. And so there's nothing like having the right support and accountability in tow. Maybe there's a little something going on, or you're working on getting clarity. You're working on being better. You have goals, but it's personal, right? Whether it's dealing with business, whether it's dealing with leadership, whether it's dealing with your life on the personal side, right? But it's all personal. Like, there's no external factors forcing you to raise your hand and say, "Oh, I need help." It's you. It's internal, knowing that you're not comfortable settling for whatever it is that you have acquired, amassed, all of the above. But you have goals and you have desires, and you want to forge ahead, but in a different way, because you want different results and you want to try to do something differently. So you want to enlist support also to keep you accountable. You need a you for you, in essence. So there's that piece of it. But my goodness, how helpful is it that when you do feel like your back is against the wall, when you do, all hell feels like it's breaking loose, right? You can't catch a break. But here you are out here moving and shaking, doing all of the things, and outside looking in, you got it going on. You got it together. People would give anything to be in your shoes, but now you feel like you're under attack. My what how how helpful would it be if you already had a coach in tow? Right? Why? Because coaching is a lifestyle, not a quick fix. What if? So I know that there will be someone who will watch this sometime down the future, and it will be timely. You probably will see the caption and be like, "Oh, I need this right now." But I also know that there's someone, you may be watching this right now, and this is where you are. And listen, I want you to know I am here for you. I would love to support you. Know that you don't have to figure these things about life, business, and leadership out by yourself. The best thing to do is to enlist the right support and accountability to partner with you, not just give you plays, to partner with you, because you always get to choose what it looks like. Because what it may look like for you, what may be desirable or necessary for you, may be totally different for the next person. And guess what? That's okay, because they get to choose too. The only concern I have for you is that you take control of what it is that you want, where you're going, and position yourself to have clarity and think about this situation outside of you. A lot of times you're too close to yourself to figure it out by yourself. And it doesn't have to be that way. Now you get to choose. You get to choose to go it alone. And there's no judgment. But what I am making it my business to do is to make sure that you know that you don't have to. And to make sure that you know how you can go about getting support, especially if it comes to allowing me to partner with you and serve you in this capacity. I just finished, like I said earlier, I just finished a momentum session a little earlier this evening with a go-getter client, serial entrepreneur, still juggling a 9 to 5, working on moving into executive management in the 9 to 5, just has it going on. And my goodness, the work that we did tonight in this one session, like, energy is changed, outlook is changed, possibilities have multiplied, and it's because they decided that they had enough of trying to do this thing in their own might, in a silo and solo, because you don't have to. You absolutely do not have to. but you can choose to. And again, you get to choose. There's no judgment. But it is my mission to continue spreading the gospel of coaching, if you will, right? And allowing, enabling, and empowering more people, especially people of color, because I know it's not as prominent in our community, but my God, is it powerful. And so if this is you, if you're not sure, you kind of feel stuck, you're at a standstill, you're overwhelmed, um, feel like you can't catch a break, again, you don't have to figure this thing out by yourself. You don't have to navigate life, business, and leadership by yourself. I want to invite you to book a free strategy session with me. If you are on Instagram, the link to book a strategy session with me is in my bio. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, the link is in the caption of this particular stream. Um, yeah. And if this served you in any way, do me a favor, drop a comment under the video, shoot me a DM, and let me know. And if you have any questions for me, you can also shoot me a DM as well. I pray that this served you. And if it's not what you needed in this moment, that is something that you tuck away or maybe even save for later as something that you may need a friendly reminder for when life starts to happen, leadership starts to happen, business starts to happen, or maybe all of the above at one time and it feels like a combustible experience. I want you to know, just don't forget, you're not alone unless you choose to be, but you don't have to navigate these things by yourself. That's all I got. I plan on coming in and out. I got a new show I'm watching, so I'm about to go watch that show. Thank you for being here. I've seen y'all pop on live. I was kind of in my zone, so I probably didn't do all of the greeting that I normally would do. But thank you for being here with me live, and hopefully y'all are letting me know that you're here live. You said hey, but definitely if you catch the replay, type replay and let me know, and I'll come back there and show you some love. Till next time.